This is Akkal-AOE action. Bracket 2, you can see the current 1v1 elos of the players if I found the correct ones here. And it seems like a bit of a skill gap, but that's not to say it can't be close, because nobody knows the meta for these maps yet. Or maybe they figured it out by now, but anyway, it should be interesting to see how a best of 7 on these new maps plays out. Just dive right into it here. Game 1 for this best of 7. A Reaper loses. We'll see if he loses or not, but Reaper it is. The map is, yeah, or maybe Reaper just didn't play 1v1s for a while. I don't know. Looks like a bit of a final jitters here though, some nerves, because he didn't complete the house. That's going to come back and bite him in the ass shortly enough. The civilization of choice is the Japanese. Why Japanese? Because Japanese fishing ships are tankier, and you could definitely dock this map and claim the middle through naval means, like galleys, for example. Tech Chariot told me actually that one of... Okay, I guess finish the house in time. Tech Chariot, the map scripter of this map, told me that one of the reasons it didn't get chosen for Nilly's Apartment Cup 4 around this time last year was that galleys would be too dominant on this map. And the only map time I casted this map was in the bracket 3 final, I think it was, and there were no ships at all. There's shorefish, not deep fish, only shorefish. So you could definitely mill it as well. Being the Japanese, the mills only cost 50 wood, same with lever camps. And obviously there's gold in the middle to be contested as well, so yeah, you see all these tiles of gold. You need to have middle control to win this map, I think. So that's the Japanese for you. They've also got faster attacking infantry, so a men-at-arms opening maybe not completely out of the question here. Taking the fish in the middle is a bit awkward because there are crocodiles here as well that would chase your villagers if you try to mill too close to them. Food is short. I asked Tech Chariot to add berries from some playtesting feedback before launching the tournament, because there's only one boar, I think, and of course you could push in the hunt, but the food just a little bit too scarce to comfortably get to the food lage by standard resources here. That's why you want to contest the fish. Here's the first dock from Reaper loses, and looks like Crazy Buzz is about to drop as well. He's picked the Byzantines for this one. The Byzantines faster firing fiery galleys. It's one of the things that they've got going for them. What's going on here? Is this just a pathfinding thing, or... Ooh, flexing the quick walls here, Crazy Buzz, but we'll need Loom to survive this, I think. Putting up a show for the viewers here. Let's see if the crocodile is able to attack through the palisade walls. Maybe not, but this certainly delays any docking efforts or whatever Crazy Buzz might have planned here. Scout comes to deal with the crocodile. That means that the scout will lose precious hit points as well. Still opting for no loom here, Crazy Buzz, but here comes the dock. Closer to the middle, already thinking ahead about the gold in the middle here, placing the first dock relatively far out. Let's see if that's worth it or not. I guess he's been trying to find an optimal spot for as much shorefish collection as possible here with the villagers. Isn't it fast firing fire galleys, so they have a naval advantage, but the Japanese fishing ships. I believe they have a faster work rate as well. So they will be more bringing in more food here. 3 ships, in fact. I think Reaper knows the map by now, knows that there aren't any deep fish, but of course, floating on the water gives you faster moving around to collect more of the fish as you go. Still no loot. All but Reaper, however, has loot and is opting for the infantry opening here. Not too shabby. I mean, Men-at-Arms could do some significant damage here, not to mention if you mix in a demolition ship or two here as well. Way to the village already for Reaper. They have similar eco count. Higher ILTC for Reaper, but compensating for that with having fish, something that Crazy Bus just started to add as he is up to the next age later. Good day to have lessons at home, said Smuts. Yeah, good day to have lessons at home. Skip the lessons and learn some AoE 2 lessons instead, maybe. Okay, Crazy Bus sent me the drafts. So we'll look at them after this first game. First couple militia pop out. Avoiding Men-at-Arms will be no problem here for Reaper. Well, how could you respawn, Mats, if you couldn't hear me? Small walls from Crazy Pussy, but doesn't complete them. He pulls away. It's only one house away from keeping the aggression out here. Scout found his way in. Reaper might be able to break through the walls here. These are still Dark Age walls for Crazy Bus. Slightly higher hit points being the Byzantines here. Clever walling after all, though. Might not let the infantry in here. Let's see if he's able to repair in time. Village is in, which means that the palisade walls now have more hit points. I feel like it might have been a mistake by Reaper here not scouting the dock. Could be why Crazy Bus placed it here as well, or placed them here, but now he's finding them. Could actually consider sending the Men-at-Arms out here now to find the fish, and she's really weak. Why the fire? Why not the demos? Demolition ships would give amazing value here. Amazing value. Just a couple of hits and you kill this with 2 or 3 demolition rafts. Not ships, but rafts. 2 Men-at-Arms only. French Drush style from Reaper loses. Let's see if we find some value here. That's one dead villager for sure. First dead villager of the game. And hello, Ryland. Good opening by Reaper. Japanese seems like a sensible call here. The fish of Crazy Bus at risk of going down as well to the faster firing Varielis. Where are the demos though? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What? Why aren't they attacking? Huh? Just casually patrolling around there. I have to ask Tech about this, why this is happening. Could be a game thing, could be an intentional, could be a difficulty setting in the lobbies, but this doesn't make sense. Anyway, the Archer's follow-up is here from Reaper. So many strange things happening with the game these days. Crazy Bus, 1 vs 1 with the Varigella is here. Gets the better trade. He also has 2 docks. Will be able to claim water back here, perhaps. He's off gold at home though, which is a concern, although he's kinda keeps the middle here. Should easily be able to re-lumber camp once he has the wood for it. Forced to make a tower at the back of the base on this rather chunky wood line over here, so there's that. That's another point of value for Reaper. Over here, getting another villager as well. That's the third eco unit killed this game. I think one of those is fish as well. That arm still one alive, but the tower here should keep the archers away. And now getting some counter attack value here from Crazy Buzz. Going to take out the fish of Reaper, loses who's invested into farms by now. Could probably afford losing some of these for fish at this stage in the game. Yeah, and reclaims the gold as well, by the looks of it. So all things considered, Crazy Bus with the significantly lower idle TC, only 2 seconds here. It keeps an equal lead, even behind all of this aggression by Reaper. Docks paying off. Villager chasing the still fletchingless archers, so that's a bit of a food issue for Reaper, but I guess there's a tech switch potentially planned for the next stage. Still, I want to see demos. I want to see demolition ships in the Castle Age from Reaper here. There's so many exposed villagers that could easily go down to just one hit. But players, unless they have been playing after FFA Mondays or lots of T90 community games, they just don't think of these demos as a weapon to hit exposed economy like this. Archers to chase the fish though, they should be able to take them out. I think fletching, yeah. Bodkin should be affordable once you enter the Castle Age here as well. Fire Galley comes in. Also another potential for lots of damage for Crazy Bus now. With a demolition raft or two. Or soon to be demolition ship as the Castle Age enters. Fire ship or fire galley not able to take out any archers over there, and while the fire galleys were busy taking out the archers, Reaper added another one. Ooh, you could actually tease in the middle, I didn't know that. Smart TC spot there on the gold. Securing some of that, obviously very much rangeable by the fire galleys. Brewing my morning coffee on the side here. That's why I'm looking away a bit. Decent crossbow mats here, adding the lights as well, so a double gold combo would explain why a town center on the middle gold is needed here. Your gold at home base is going to run out, but there are 2 tiles, so should be fairly okay. Woodline wise, Reaper is maybe in a bit more trouble here, especially for the crossbow investment. I would never trust going so close to docks on this kind of terrain with the groups of armies like this. At any point there could be a demolition raft or ship waiting to hit you around here. Villagers trying to fight. Crocodile once again not attacking. What's kind of... Okay, I guess the crossbows will get those. Why aren't the middle crocodiles attacking though? Well, these villagers are doomed. Maybe for the first time in the game, Reaper actually gains an economic lead here. It's got the second town center up, they both do. But now Crazy Bus is struggling for food as well, so Crazy Bus is going to catch up in the idle time here, which gives Reaper an economic advantage. As far as naval control goes, Crazy Bus has had some advantages there. It's also dropping a clever castle in the middle here. Not many crocodiles left to worry about. They don't seem to be wanting to attack Crazy Bus anyway. But if this castle completes, that town center is not going to do anything for Reaper. That's just going to go down to castle fire. While Crazy Bus with the tanky Byzantine buildings will claim more and more in the middle here. Is focusing the middle like you would a golden pit style map here. Gold rush style map. It's getting converted there, but that's the weakest one, so not a huge loss for Reaper. Spots the town center going up as well, so that's going to be more villagers going down for Crazy Bus. This town center will complete because Crazy Bus is committing a lot of villagers to it, but look at the Eco KD. It's falling behind now, almost 10 villagers behind at this point. But we'll get this woodland secured. Might still be able to recover in this game, although it's now more than 10 villagers behind. This middle castle will complete, and Reaper will lose some of the shorefishers and gold miners in the middle. Slowly claiming more and more of the middle here for Crazy Bus. Even the Fire Galley is doing some work here against the villagers, harassing the villagers while the castle isn't quite firing at anything. Now it's targeted the town center. Let's have a look at the armies of Reaper. Again, over here is spread the crossbows out nicely, but also losing some to defensive tower fire. Another defensive tower for Crazy Bus here has invested more into stone than it has been the case of Reaper, who's now only lacking the food to go to Imperial Age here. So we might see the Japanese with a head start to the Imperial Age here, and there's stone count suggesting that Reaper is also going to get a castle up at some point. Three town centers for Crazy Bus, now catching up here with all the town centers working. Spotted some stray villagers of Reaper as well. These guys are thinking about a forward castle perhaps. Knights just standing over here, refusing to help out against the aggressive scout on the other side. Army control now slipping a little bit for Reaper. It's so much movement around everywhere. One stray scout over here, town center taking some fire here, attack noises left and right. Oh, here come Reaper with the... And Reaper's being attacked by the... No, Crocodile shies away yet again. Just... I need to check the difficulty settings here, if that's the... No, it's a standard. Maybe it needs to be set to extreme. I'm not sure how that works for the crocodiles not to attack, but I've usually used standard, I think, so can't recall it being an issue. That's so weird. I guess it makes it a lot easier to send villagers unprotected into the middle. This town center definitely will be going down. Crazy bus. Actually, ahead to the Imperial Age here. The Reaper, still lacking the food, has the gold. So if Reaper had a market, which he does, could buy the food to go up. But this hurts being already 1 minute behind into the Castle Age here. Crazy Bus with the instant down watch for the Byzantines also gets to see this castle going up. It's weaker because it's a generic castle compared to the plus 30% hit points castle of the Byzantines. As far as unique units matchups go as well, obviously we won't be seeing any samurai here because the Byzantines have cataphracts to deal with that, as the town center number 4 is going up for Crazy Bus. On the stone yet again. Wants to keep contesting in the middle, but Reaper is kind of slowly losing his advantage this game. It's lost the economic advantage slightly again. Still has more military, but isn't making any aggressive efforts anymore, allowing Crazy Bus to extend the economy at home again. And by the looks of it, wanting to get another castle up for the Imperial Age. There it is, Imperial Age. Trebuchet any second now, I would assume. No. Dromons, even better. Okay. So we're going to see Dromons hoanging the markets and maybe even the town center. I'm not sure of their range. That's funny. Okay, here comes the trap as well. Well protected by the Byzantine castle over here. Shouldn't be any issues. As Reaper desperately tries to claim the side middle over here. Getting some precious gold. Gold tiles running out at home base here. They're all mined up. Gold slowly becoming a huge issue for Reaper, especially once this castle goes down. Then Reaper is in gold trouble. Look here, Imperial Age just about to kick in for Reaper. Drones out as well. They have... Oh, where's their range? They have 12 range, which means they should actually be able to range the DC as well. They're freaking even ranging the castle here! 3 drones and a trebuchet pushing this castle. That's not gonna stay up for a long while. And Reaper is out of stone. Reaper... I don't think he has a way back in this game anymore. It's just Crazy Bus slowly doubling up on the economy. Has enough stone for yet another castle, which means he could counter castle this attempted castle drop over here by Reaper as well. Is that only 2 villagers? This is suicide. This is a doubt castle if I've ever seen any, and I've never used that term before. I don't like the idea of a doubt castle as a term. I think it's kind of silly, but... Are there enough arbalests here to protect this castle drop? Is Crazy Bus going to react to this? 2 freaking villagers! Why? Ah, there we go. That's just not gonna work for you. Bales on the castle, yeah, in fact loses enough. Okay, there are more villagers over here, so never mind, I guess. Middle castle gone. Dromons sorted that one out. They should be able to range the TC as well. And I think that's what they're going for. Reaper had to buy stone to build this castle again, now sending the rest of the villagers over, but 20 villagers and more behind now. Dromons. Oh yeah, they're going over here now, of course, to stop this castle. Aren't they? Where are they going? Certainly some army placement challenges for Reaper, indeed. But yeah, Crazy Bus seems in control of this game now. Forward castle completes. But there's already a trebuchet and Dromons here for... Oh. Castle now with 8+3, which means that at least the Dromons can't range the castle anymore. But these villagers, they are in deep shit. They are going to go down to Drome on fire, just like that. So many valuable villager kills for Crazy Bus here. Establishing a 30 villagers lead at this point. Why make demos when you can make Dromons, huh? Casting to the side now, thinking long term here, just securing the position to both sides here, just to eliminate any opportunity of raids from cavalry mobility to the sides. And I guess as long as this castle is firing at the other castle, you could also use the drop-ons to take out this structure. Seems to be quite efficient here. No particular need for cannon galleons when the drop-ons are this efficient. Even the trebuchet will go down to the naval armies, and it shows the importance of water control on this map. Drop-on should always reach castles. Yeah, that's true. It's 12, not 8 plus 3 is 11, so that's not ideal. So only Teuton's castles outrange drop-ons, I guess. Teuton's crenellation castles should outrange them by 1. Which I guess makes sense, because they kind of replaced the cannon galleon for some civilizations. So Crazy Bus first placed the castle foundation over here to the west, but now opts for one closer to home, and that's going to complete at the cost of a few villagers. Doesn't matter whether Crazy Bus has a 30 villagers lead. Now going to be able to take out some of the Japanese arbalests with the defensive castles. Taking his time to close out the game here on Bluegill. To be fair, they're splitting the map in half. It's just that Reaper still doesn't have gold access. So we'll have to rely on selling wood to get gold access here. Yeah, gold, I'm saying, but wood, also kind of an issue on this map. The woodlands are very spread out. And Crazy Bus now going to take some losses here. Even Reaper evening out the situation again. Obviously has ballistics, does not have chemistry yet because of the lack of gold. So a quick look at the market prices. Could easily sell food for gold here, or even wood. Where's the wood? Wood, yeah, wood trading price is still decent. But now look at the Dromons doing work here together with the trebuchets. Reaper losing the starting town center, might even lose the blacksmith here. I guess it doesn't matter, but almost all of the appropriate technologies have been researched here. Refuses to give up though. Who wins, villager or monk? I guess it's monk. Monk drawing the shortest straw there. 3 castles now for Crazy Bus. Started to produce, I wanted to say cataphracts, but it's actually only 1 cataphract. Pulling Reaper off stone over there. Still got that middle control here. Another castle in the middle, or over here for Crazy Bus, and he's in full control over almost all of the golds because he has the naval armies as well. He's effectively denying the gold of Reaper, and maybe seeing here why Bluegill was considered to be too powerful with galleys on this map, because if you have just a few galleys numbers advantage on this map in the middle water body, then you're just going to run out of gold at home. The Crazy Bus hasn't run out yet because he's had the middle gold control all the time, but Reaper quickly ran out of gold while approaching, going towards the castle age and whatnot here. So Crazy Bus now with the army control in the middle has unlimited, almost unlimited gold access. This isn't going to run out until the game is over, I think. Or the game is going to be over before the middle gold runs out, is what I'm trying to say. Oh, strong coffee. more ranges for Reaper. Still able to produce some Arbalesters here thanks to relic gold from 2 relics, but Crazybus has collected 2 relics as well, so that's 2 relics for each player. No significant advantage for either one of them. And Reaper, 78 villagers behind all of this, so still in the game somehow. Dromons for the Arbalest. Dromons hits. Oh, attack grounds from Crazybus here. If you even can do that with Dromons. I guess great. Arbalest control there by Reaper. Barely loses a single one to fire 5 Dromons here. Crazybus indeed needs some land army here, which is where Reaper has a significant advantage. Nearly 40 Arbalesters. Did commit to some stables. Finally getting Thumbring as well. I don't think... Oh, never mind. Chemistry is in as well. Trebuchets stay up. A third Trebuchet joining in here now. I doubt that the unique technology has been researched here. The Cataraputo, which makes for instant packing, is just too costly at this stage in the game. But Crazybus now needs to heavily commit to repairs here. It's got a 50 villagers advantage, though, so still in good control of this game. Surprised he didn't add any fish traps yet, but that kind of naval control. Going into elite skirmishers, that's a no-brainer for the Byzantines. It's cheaper for them, and it means to defend against the Arbalesters with force Reaper into some complementary unit to counter the skirmishers as well, and the Dromons firing onto the land side here, now getting some nice hits in on the Arbalesters. So once again, emphasizing the importance of middle control here and some naval armies to bring over for support if Reaper gets too close to the middle. Another defensive castle for Crazybus here, but now not mining any stone anymore. Stone seems to be running low, if not running out on this map. There's a tile over here, but neither of them probably have scouted that one. In fact, Crazybus, the lack of land army is showing here in the scouting. He still hasn't really seen the expansion to the sides of Reaper loses here. As another castle might go down over here. Did Crazybus overextend on water here? Still seems to have a healthy economy behind this. Is buying lots of time to field land armies here as well with these defensive castles refusing Reaper entry into his main base. But now another castle goes down. Not enough stone by any chance for another castle. We'll have to buy stone for that one then. But Arbalest moving towards the middle. They're going to lose lots of numbers to the Dromons now. Can't get too close to the middle area here still. Reaper, that's just going to be too costly. And again, that gold situation, pretty bad news for Reaper. Seems like food selling rates are pretty decent though. So gold access still possible through market trading. Lights here for Crazybus. Invested in some mobility now. Got the +2 defense as well. Getting the armor for the elite skirmishers. And yeah, lots of ranges producing the skirms now. Couldn't be any issue because Reaper didn't add any light cab or any kind of cavalry here from the Japanese. And now the knights move into raid. Finally seeing some land damage here as well. I would maybe expect some stables to this side as well to raid a bit on the left-hand side, not right-hand side as well. Patiently massing up the elite skirmishers, getting the appropriate upgrades. Bracer on the way. No, nothing to deal with the skirmishers for Reaper over here, except for maybe the trebuchets, and that's not going to do too much here. So, maybe that's enough. 24 skirms to 30 arbalests. Surprisingly similar hit points, but elevation advantage for the skirms. Yeah, they're slaughtering them. They're slaughtering the arbalests, and they're just like that. Reaper loses almost all of the forward arbalests here. It's dancing around a little bit, but it doesn't really have any land unit to get close to the skirmishers over here. It needs to pack up and get back again. Imagine if the knights were close here now, they would snipe these trebuchets, no problem. Bombard cannon added as well. Should help with dealing with these castles over here. Cavalier researched for the Byzantines. No bloodlines for the Byzantines, but still gets Cavalier, and even Paladin. Plate Parting comes in as well. Great job at denying some wood access here, but wood doesn't seem to be any issue. Resources in general doesn't seem to be an issue for Crazy Bus here. It's got everything he needs, just needs to mass more armies. I mean, this is essentially the Paladin upgrade right here. Not that you would want to get that for 2 Cavaliers, but... Reaper, 17 Arbalists, that's about the only army he's got now. Trebuchets joining in from the middle here, and the Bombard Cannon. Castles should be going down now for Reaper, and Reaper half the economy of Crazy Bus at this point. Still no gold access aside, except for the relics. He is going Paladin for freaking Cavalier. Why not get them as first, Crazy Bus? What's going on here? It's just a power play, knowing that you have the full gold control in the middle. What the heck? Might as well just go Elite Cataphract at this point. If you're going to flex like that. Well, Reaper definitely running out of a... Seems like I don't have a production hotkeys play. There are production hotkeys? I still live in 2002, as far as hotkeys are concerned, so I wouldn't know. Well, I said there would be stables. Topside as well. And now we're going to see the Paladins here, and obviously nothing for the Japanese to stop that. Yes, they have powerful halberdiers, but they don't have the economy to add them. They need 600 gold for the halberdier upgrade, and that's just not going to happen here from Reaper. So Reaper slowly losing terrain here. Still barely any gold access, has to rely on market trades. Fair enough. Fair point, Alter. To be fair, Crazy Bus barely had the stables as well. I think he only had those few stables over here, so... I think the cavalry investment is more of an afterthought than anything. Seeing the Arbalest. Okay, I could deal with that with Paladins. I have Byzantine Paladins. No bloodlines, but still Paladin. Comfortable military lead now. Arbalists again past up. Please throw away some demos. Come on. Come on. Here come the Dromons. They will do alright as well, but they're on the wrong side. Maybe I missed some stables somewhere. Maybe these have been here for a while. Sounded like we're losing some villagers for population space as well. This military hardly a threat for Crazy Bus. He could lose all of his economy now and still win the game because of the resources in the bank. Getting some raids in here with the Paladins. There's nothing to stop those from Reaper. And another castle going down. Reaper would need to buy stone for another castle or buy stone for continued repairs here. In fact, these raids now are just doing Crazy Bus a favor, providing more population space for military. It's got the production queue going, only 2 stables producing the Paladins, but Reaper now down to 69 villagers, losing another castle. Economy completely exposed over here, Paladin over here as well, Arbalists clearing that one up, I guess, but There's not much orange left on the map now, as the paladins have found the woodline as well. I mean, why are you even holding on here? This Reaper. That's what I want to know. Could be looking at the score. No, it's 4k score difference as well. That's usually kind of a tell. There it is. First game goes to Crazy Bus. With some lack of land army. Taking his good old time to close this game out. But eventually bringing it home with the Byzantines here for Bluegill. GG indeed. Well played by Reaper. Had some nice early advances there. Could have done serious damage in the early game with just a few demolition rafts as well, as Crazy Bus was taking the shorefish. But Crazy Bus's micro seems on point as well, so with the quick walls and everything, so maybe it would be able to sneak away from the demos before that could happen. Reaper actually with the military numbers advantage all game here until almost the 1 hour mark. That's deceiving because they had lots more land units overall. More economy, unsurprisingly for Crazy Bus over here, both with 2 relics, similar relic gold. And the uptime's quite comparable as well, except for the Imperial Age. I forgot Byzantines have, I forgot to mention at that point that Byzantines have a cheaper Imperial Age, so of course it's easier for Crazy Bus to get there. Right. Let's get to drafts before moving on to the next one. This is the map draft. They're going to potentially play all 7 maps. No bans for this one. However, Bluegill, the designated last pick here, so neither player actually picked that one. It's just left as the neutral game 1 map in the end. Crazy Bus taking that one. Now what will... I said at some point during the tournament that you're also allowed to pick your opponent's home maps, so anything could happen here. But if we're going to look at the process of picking here, Riverina being the first one for Crazy Bus, Rocky Oasis being the first one for Reaper, there is a chance we might see Rocky Oasis first here. So working under that assumption, let's have a look at the civilization picks here. Byzantines first pick for Crazy Bus, winning that one against the relatively late pick of Japanese. Now, assuming Rocky Oasis is inspired by Oasis, as you can see, but the rocks near the edge of the map means you can't wall all the way to the edge like you could on regular Oasis. So you'd have to be box walling your base or relying on army control. So in my opinion, it's a scouts-friendly map. But some people would claim it's also a fast castle map because of the distance. So I would expect to see humans for that one, for Reaper. And as far as for Crazy Bus, maybe the Berbers. Not a lot of powerful cavalry civilizations here. The water civilizations probably being saved for Island Hideout and Scimitar. So I guess you could make an argument for Portuguese as well. But I feel like cavalry and mobility plays a role on that map, so I'm going to speculate in humans versus Berbers for Rocky Oasis, if that's the second game map at all here. I'm going to have to find the second one. Renius, Burgundians Cumans, yeah, that's the other strong cavalry civilization of Crazy Bus over here. Rocky Oasis is the map. There's an oasis in the middle, as is case for Oasis, but this is unbuildable terrain. The boars could spawn all the way over here as well, so you need to scout extensively to find your boars or even your sheep. But they seem to have found their starting sheep, so they should be quite okay with that. Far travel distance, but they both gone for the mobility of cavalry civilizations here, so I would expect scouts openings from maybe both of them here. Reaper could even get away with a second town center if not punished enough. So if Crazy Bus goes for the early scouts here and Reaper gets that second easy app, they both committed to feudal age, and scouts won't do that much against a 2,000 center play. So should be interesting to see how this game plays out. Humans, cheaper stables and archery ranges, they cost 100 wood, not 175, so makes for a potential 2-stable play as well if you want to go really aggressive. Crazy Bus with the Burgundians gets the eco upgrades 1 age earlier, so double bit axe could already be researched once you have the food and wood for it. They're also slightly cheaper in terms of the wood cost, isn't it? As you work your way through the map, there's lots of relics to be collected here as well. You need to chop through the wood or use onagers or siege onagers to cut the wood in the Imperial Age. Haven't seen that just yet. Just seen the players slowly collecting the relics as they chop through the woodlands. And for the both of them, that's going to take quite a while to get to those, so that's not really happening just yet. Going to give me this a little bit of a fast forward, as this is almost like a closed map with this kind of difference between the players. Looks like they're both committing to pushing the deer. Found their sheep as well. That is a 19 population app for the humans. I'm curious to see if that's going to be... That is indeed going to be the 2,000 play. And Reaper now walling in towards the middle here. So it's going for the box walls. Or the bottle walls, or whatever you want to call them. That is kind of exposed here, but if Crazy Bus opts for the scouts opening here, that could be an issue for Crazy Bus, because the town centers are so close to each other as well. This is going to keep a lot of the resources safe. Town center boarding both the woodlines and the gold here. Reaper now on the... It's going to struggle a little bit for food to keep two town centers running here. Is pushing the deer, yes. Crazy Bus just about to approach the feudal age here. I think his response should be to just go castle age here, right? I don't think he's scouted the second town center, but the uptime could be an indicator of the 2000 play. It could still be the scouts, and Crazy Bus is blind to what's happening here. Here comes the blacksmith stable, so it's going to be straight for the castle age here for Crazy Bus. Now finally moving out to scout as well, going to find the walls on the other side. We'll have to push with siege to get through here, I would imagine. And it's going to let Reaper get away with the 2000 centers for a while. Seems to have enough food to keep them running, but once the natural food resources run out, that's going to be tougher for Reaper here. Now only one town center working here. Only 1 minute idle so far, but we'll need at least 10 farms, at least once the berries run out, to keep both town centers running. With that said, I think Crazy Bus would be happy to find the 2 town centers here now, because he's just clicked the Castle Age. For humans to withstand Castle Age siege with their feudal age buildings like this, I mean, Reaper is miles away from that Castle Age click. And doesn't even have any military production capabilities. This is a very greedy humans play here. Not sure how Reaper is supposed to withstand Castle Age pressure from the Burgundians. With that said, Crazy Bus needs to move forward with some villagers to place the military production buildings as well. There's siege workshop, presumably, over here somewhere. He's seen the 2,000 hunters. He does not see a barracks, does not see any stables. He's well set to push Reaper's home base. Restart the game. This is a restart, by the way. They had I don't know what happened with the first game, but I would assume there was some generation error, or one player had much easier access to the ponds, maybe. So this is it was marked game to I believe. Let's see if Reaper spots these villagers moving forward. I don't think he will, unless he scouts intentionally to the side here now. Going to gold now. Also going to stone for tower and... Oh, he spots them! Hey, question. Did you lame me?
No.
I don't think there's been any... Did I miss any sheep or something? Oh, okay, they're over here. They're over here. So they spawn really far out, the sheep. It's like... playery in that case. Because nobody asked me about anything. But there's a rule about bug map in the rules. Has to happen before a certain in-game time. Light Siege, no. Siege, Monastery, I mean. Monk Siege for Crazy Bus. Reaper, 2 sheep short. That's probably why I struggled to keep 2,000 running at the start there as well. Wheelbarrow on the way now. Double stables for Reaper. 17 on food. Might have to sacrifice some towns into production to pop out some scouts against the monks. Crazy Bus could add scorpions against the monks as well, I guess. Might need a barracks forward here for some spearmen to deal with Reaper's defenses here. So adding knights from home as well, that helps, because Reapers still in the feudal age can't add any monks, obviously. We'll have to rely on other sources of military production here. Hello, Crazy Bus. Also fun first game, so you didn't miss too much, and obviously you know how this set ends, so... Second stable not building here for Reaper. Maybe the shift key malfunction, or maybe just committing to the small walls instead. Great spot of Crazy Bus here. It keeps the Manuel close to the stone, so that Reaper can't pop up a defensive castle easily here. Peck Chariot will be delighted to hear that you enjoy the map, Crazy Bus. I'd love to see Bluegill played more as well. It seems like naval control dominates that map, but at the same time, if you focus too much on the water, land units could easily get much value as well. Cast Age being researched in the faraway town center here from Reaper. Doesn't really get as much of an eco advantage as desired here. Outposts all around for Crazy Bus. Could even stonewall this side to deny Reaper any easy exit from this side. Maybe that would be a nice way to commit the forward villagers, which maybe ideally should be over here to repair the siege as well. Who made this one? The remaining maps of the tournament are by the Mad Cadder. He's 7 other maps. So obviously a well-established scripter. Mad Catter has made lots of maps. I would encourage you to check out this map pack in the mod center. Lots of fun maps to check out there. Siege going down to scouts alone here, so great pick off by Reaper. Quickly stopping the forward Monk Siege push of Crazy Bus, who now has 2 town centers at home. Is quite exposed. Maybe Reaper can find his way back into this game after all. Third town center for the Burgundians, lacking heavy plow, but has the wood upgrades in here. Going to secure the wood line with commodities now. Should be able to catch up easily with the humans with 3 town centers to 2 here. And this is going to establish into more of a broomy game, playing into the late game strengths of both civilizations. Light cav now for Reaper, did not commit to a lot here, actually going for some camels. Just in the event that Crazy Bus adds more cavalry to get some raids in here. Oh, map potential. But not today. For Reaper. It's gonna clean up the forward here. I suppose the forward villagers found their way back home as well. For Crazy Bus. Yeah, a couple of houses here. I think they moved their way back over here. Now thinking about defensive castles to either side here for Crazy Bus. To secure these side resources as well. Because until you can start collecting the relics, this is going to be your main sources of gold. Some extra gold tiles here and there for the players to make use of. I guess the neutral gold generation kind of favors Crazy Buster. They seem closer to his side unless I'm missing something around here. Reaper keeps the economic lead, has 3 town centers as well. Has slightly worse eco upgrades than Crazy Bus, but he's going to be able to get a castle up as well. He's going to go for the forward castle. With military to help out with that. If Reaper gets a castle up here, that's going to be huge, honestly. That's going to deny any additional golds to the west side for Crazy Bus. Still has gold access over here, so I guess here would be an even better castle spot. Way more realty for Reaper here. Will Crazy Bus be able to withstand it? Oh, we're not joking around here. We're going to try and get a castle up in the middle of all of Crazy Bus's farming. That's a way too aggressive castle here. Just don't. Just don't. Oh, it's gonna bail on that idea. Still, this should be a good one. Castle here, maybe. A little bit ambitious castle indeed. Where are we going? We're still... No. No. He's committing. He's freaking committing to a blind castle in the middle of the Burgundians' farming economy here. And you're not even going to get to build it because there's already a house in that spot. What? Yeah, good luck with that. Building site obstructed. And that's not even a lot of villagers, that's 8 villagers. What? That can't complete. I mean, to be fair, Crazy Bus doesn't really have the military to deal with this castle drop. But he should... Maybe just doesn't even worry about it. I mean, it denies 1 TC and about 10 farms here. Convincing economic lead for Reaper at this point. Pretty even in the villagers count here for the two of them. Full on pikeman defense for Crazy Bus here now. But the greedy play of Reaper is kind of paying off now. The 2 town center opening. Throw recipe incoming. I do tend to agree a little bit on that. But yeah, we'll see how it plays out. Why not just place the castle over here and deny also? It's an annoyance for sure, but Crazy Bus is halfway to, well, not halfway, but it's 1 minute on the way to Imperial Age. These forward villagers, they can't really do much else than steal a couple of farms here. There's no resources for them to take with this newfound castle. So that castle's gonna go down. Reaper still with the military advantage, but is committing to cavalry while Crazy Bus is going for the pikemen, and he is going to get halberdiers surely in the Imperial Age here with the Burgundians, which means that the Cumans Castle Age cavalry will struggle to get proper value. Another castle, sure, but they are going to go down to trebuchets from Crazy Bus. It's just 1 minute away from Imperial Age here. Also gets access to bomber cannons. This is just not doing nearly enough for Reaper. Also losing some of the forward castle builders to Crazy Buses. 2 castles, almost able to afford 2 trebuchets for Crazy Bus. Reaper not even close to that Imperial Age click. Don't understand the forward castle's commitment here, or at least I don't understand the placement of the castles. I can kind of get the commitment, but they're not. This works if you're already on your way to the Imperial Age, but Reaper not quite there yet. Crazy Bus just reached it. Reaper committing to army. Has a lot of cavalry going on here, but Crazy Bus is going to produce trebuchets, maybe even get a siege workshop up at some point, and he should easily be able to deal with these forward castles and not have to worry about any forward aggression from Reaper. Will they be able to snipe the first treb? Will Crazy Bus commit to repair series? Panic repairing that treb. He can't afford 4 trebs to go down that easily. But he's got 2 more trebs on the way. I guess it's kind of working out for Reaper here. He's got more economy in the base at home, but he's still stuck in the castle age. He'll have to spew out units. And he really needs to get something out to deal with the pikemen here as well. To be fair, no infantry upgrade on Crazy Bus's pikemen at all, so that makes them more vulnerable to the Cumans masses here. But once the forward castles go down from Reaper, then what? I don't understand this game. How is Reaper able to get this much of an advantage? Unsuccessful in sniping treb this time around. Still keeping a quadruple stables production here, but the forward castles will go down. They have, admittedly, bought Reapers lots of time to extend the farming economy at home. and keep production going while moving further on to the Imperial Age. 5 on stone now, wants to get another castle lab. Probably would have to be in this area then to start trying to contest Crazy Bus's castles. Crazy Bus vulnerable. Economy now is absolutely subject to raids on this side, and the castle goes up defensively for Reaper. Just doesn't want to start placing it until the... So much for battering down the outpost when this one provides vision as well. Didn't really do too much. 2 siege workshops to the side here. Scorpions being added against the pikemen. Massive economic lead for Reaper. Score is misleading, says Crazy Bus, and it probably is. That has to do with the economy and army count of Reaper, right? And maybe even the scouting. Defensive castle not going up this time around for Crazy Bus. She should be able to make quick work of these siege workshops with the trebuchets. And really wants that defensive castle up as well, but getting a little bit stressed out here perhaps. 4 Scorpions here. Could deny this castle. Reaper. Wait, 4 Scorpions. With proper micro here, you stop these villagers from completing this castle, I think. They're halfway there now. Knights diving in. Oh. It's denied, right? 48 villagers now for Crazy Bus against the 114 of Reaper. Castle doesn't complete at this point, but it's at 90%, so if you send a few more villagers forward, this castle should be able to complete. I think Crazy Bus has to commit now as well. He doesn't want this castle to go up for Reaper, who actually bails on that castle because he knows this one will complete. The Scorpions will be going down as well. Cubans don't get heavy Scorpions, so it's not going to be a long-term investment for Reaper. This one is going for a castle a bit further to the back, backing off a little bit because he needs those siege weapons out to deal with Crazy Bus's defenses here. Still makes use of the cavalry. No Cavalier for now. Going for the blacksmith upgrades first. Might not be too bad of an idea. Makes it easier to snipe villagers and villager units. But Crazy Bus so behind in terms of economy now. Reaper does good work at keeping Crazy Bus at home base. With a constant aggression, now fully boomed. Maybe a little bit too few on gold here to sustain the Imperial Age armies, but it's committed to another mining camp. Oh, okay, that's one. So these guys are going to rebuild a mining camp over here and make for consistent gold income to keep those multiple stables producing. Still committing to the cavalry here, and why not? There's still no infantry upgrades on pikemen for Crazy Bus. Doesn't really have any military here. Something Reaper can't really know, but I mean, the only thing Crazy Bus is going for him to keep the economy safe right now are the castles. So if Reaper gets 3 or 4 trebuchets out and takes out these defensive castles of Crazy Bus, it's GG for Crazy Bus. There's no way it's getting anywhere from here with the economic domination that Reaper is showing at this point. I think the score is the only reason I'm still playing. Yeah, it's not really that close anymore either. Yeah, killing castles boosts the score, that's for sure. Look at the military situation. To be fair, Crazy Bus is re-establishing the economy somewhat here, but it's 30 military behind. It's facing fully upgraded humans Cavalier. We're not going to see Paladin just yet. But, I mean, at this point I want to see some raids from this side from Reapers. Just a couple of stables over here. Send a couple of light cav or Cavalier over here to make sure Crazy Bus isn't able to re-establish the economy and be annoying on this side. Siege ramps could be added here as well, with this kind of economy behind it. As Crazy Bus opts for Brace, or I suppose that's for the castles. Halberdier is in, but infantry upgrades are absolutely not. And there it is, the GG called. Reaper getting his first home map here, with a greedy humans play on Rocky Oasis. Let's have a look here. Should be interesting to follow the military situation here. As you can see, Reaper once again with the military advantage. Most of the game, yeah, I actually had that in the previous game as well. Had lots of land armies, but this time around it's escalating in his favor. And Crazy Bus just never able to keep up. Did get a lot of the economic expansion obstructed by the Cuban's cavalry. And the forward castles. That somehow worked for Reaper here. To my surprise. (927) feudal there, so a little bit of idle time, but second town center for the humans. Trying to be countered by Crazy Bus's Castle Age, but he did lose the forward Mangonels to only 5 scouts of Reaper, so that was a huge cleanup for Reaper there. Maybe we can find that in the timeline. Might have been around here somewhere. See. Was a huge value from only 6 scouts of Reaper there. A couple of spearmen there, and maybe Crazy Bus survives with the siege there. Otherwise that TC would at least go down, and then the knights could have cleaned up some war builders. Spearmen not really an issue at this point, no upgrades. And then you could push in further with the Mangonels because Reaper doesn't have stone axes. So that's a misplay by Crazy Bus there. Setting him back quite a bit there, with Reaper already having an economic lead. And yes, let's see the society score. Not really ever any... Most of the game, Reaper was ahead in economy. Resources brought in and general villager count. Let's make sure to show that the Burgundians and Cumans have played out their role here. And that would be Rocky Oasis for Reaper. Now to one of Crazy Bus's home maps. He could still pick Reaper's maps, but why would he? He just lost on one of Reaper's home maps. First pick of Crazy Bus wasn't actually Riverina, but it was... Or was it? Is this the first pick? Yeah, that's probably the first pick. Riverina might be what we're seeing next. Let's work under the assumption that that's what's coming up. And basically any civ except for Berbers would be decent or good for Riverina here. And I guess even Berbers could work because of the faster moving ships. Reaper Probably keeping Bohemians for that one. Remains to be seen. So let's find game 3. Yes. It's not River Arena, it's going to be Scimitar, which is another map by the other. And it's an interesting hybrid map at that. Huge middle crossing here. Small patches of land here where you could place docks to have easier access to the deep fish, but it's obviously a lot more exposed as well, so most of the time you'd see players docking the middle or close to land first and then expand to the deep fish later, because the fish could obviously bring in the fishing ships could obviously bring in the shore fish as well. Matchup here being Berbers, Italians. Definitely favor Italians for this one, to be honest. Berbers have faster moving ships. They also have great land capabilities in their cheaper cavalry. But Italians, if they get their castles up there, have the ultimate cavalry counter in the Genoese crossbowmen from the castle. The sheep could spawn really far out on this one. We did have some tweaks made to the map script to make sure at least the first few sheep are within the player's line of view or easily scoutable. I guess here even might consider making a mill in the back to mill the deer and the shorefish over here for some fast food income. I expect to see both players docking here. I expect to see feudal age water aggression, but that obviously remains to be seen. Reaper already discussed is looking for the patches of land to dock immediately for the deep fish, maybe, or maybe it's just looking for remaining sheep. Yeah, it's about to find them. Right? No? Yes? No? There we go. Or spawning far away as well, which makes for a more exposed early start here. So if you're really active with your starting scout, you could deny borders like this, block the villagers and be properly annoying, but obviously you need to scout your own resources as well. And Crazy Buzz still lacking these 2 sheep, so might be a bit too early to move out after all. Need to speed this one up a little bit as well, as the early game will bring the deer pushing for the most part. We'll keep a little eye out for when and where the players place their dogs. Reaper going for a dock a little bit out there. So it's going for has the cheaper Japanese fishing ships as well. Is looking for the deep fish. Wants to benefit from that, as Crazy Bus seems to be wanting to go for the scouts opening here. So he's playing land military. No dock at all. No dock at all for Crazy Bus. Look at this, 19 builders to 27. What is this? I mean, it might catch Reaper off guard. The scouts here, and the scouts could obstruct the fish as well. See the scouts getting some damage against the fishing ships. It is a means to stop the Italians' fish economy here, to actually go for scouts against them instead. Reaper probably doesn't have a barracks yet, doesn't have the feudal age even. It's more set up for a fast castle age play here. But not docking on this map, it seems like it would set you back so much. That's fine. Oh, that's unfortunate. He's trapped. He's trapped. And yeah, down he goes. Don't want that guy to meddle with the idle military hotkey. So now Reaper's dock is looking smarter here. He could have docked even further out here. Feudal age is in. Will he commit to a barracks? No. Yeah, I can see the scouts opening. That is intentional. I am questioning the move, looking at the economic situation, but now it's actually evening out. It's 25 to 25, and you could always dock later once you've established some land presence. There are huge bodies of land here, so obviously land military plays a role as well. There isn't any barracks from Reaper, but the gold and woodline should be fine against the scouts here. Crazy Buzz did get 2 eco kills, about to get a third one, possibly, at least taking the villagers of berries. And now we'll be moving back to the docks. Still low barracks for Reaper, so Reaper doesn't have the possibility to add spearmen here. Castle Age on the way. Let's see how that plays out for Reaper. Crazy Bus only picks ships that start with the letter B. Oh, so we'll have Britons next then. Byzantines, Britons, Berbers, Bengalis, Bohemians. No, Reaper got Bohemians. So Crazy Bus didn't, or Reaper didn't successfully take all of... Crazy Bus didn't successfully take all of the B ships. Still some fishing ships for the scouts to snipe here. Reaper about to enter the castle age, but with what economy? What's Reaper gonna do in the castle age here? He has the barracks, yeah, but he can't even afford the spearman upgrade. Does have some fish working, but they're also traveling a long distance, and they are also exposed to scouts. Nice. Yes, the scouts got a rally. They did get 2 eco kills, limiting the fish food income a little bit. Reaper seems safer now. Oh, spearmen for the Berbers. And ships, as we know, are camels. Looks like the spearman is only dealing damage for every second hit though. But yeah, good value from Crazy Buzz again. Just 1 spearman idling the fish income over there, so that significantly limits the food income of Reapers. With only 10 food in the bank, he's running idle, or going to run idle shortly because of that, because there's, I guess there's 4 farmers, maybe he gets away with it. He wants those Genovese crossbowmen out. It's with 5 on stone now, but it's still going to take a few minutes until there's enough stone for a defensive castle here. Crazy Buzz now a bit on the defensive side, but it's about to get to the castle age. Click. Which would give the opportunity of Berbers, Knights and Camels at a 15% discount. Still no dock. Using the stray scouts just to scout for relics and potential town center placements in the castle age. Not too much happening at the moment. Another TC added for Reaper is going to try to catch up here though. It's only 3 villagers behind, to be fair. Crazy Buzz, on entering the castle age, will be committing to the Knights, but might risk running into Genovese crossbowmen as that happens, as Reaper has a 3rd town center producing, and with a clever castle placement over here, might be able to keep those town centers relatively safe. Hello, Gorgarn. Hope you're feeling better from the COVID. Snagging a couple of sheep here as well, that's funny. Crazy Buzz, nope, not gonna let you have those. Going in blind with the fire galley. I guess a galley might have made more sense here to patrol the shorelines, and once again, maybe even demolition ships could play a role here, could get some lucky hits in on the moving land units of Crazy Buzz. 3 stables producing. +1 defense already in. Reaper dropping some outposts for extended vision here against what's to come. Only has a few spearmen out. Still doesn't have a castle. Could buy one at this point though, he has the market. So I guess it all comes down to how much Crazy Bus can get out of the triple stable Berbers players. Definitely going to have a massive advantage in terms of land army, and with this kind of land army's knights out, it's not going to be easy for Reaper to get a castle up either. Speedrun, no threat here, obviously, no upgrades to those. So Crazy Bus needs to scout for that castle up. He's seen the stone, TC on the stone. He knows that there's going to be a castle somewhere at some point. So he's spreading out the cavalry to get vision, to get some idea of where that castle... That's exactly where I thought that castle might go up, to protect all of these 3 towns. It's a clever castle placement. And the Reaper not taking any chances here, committing 17 villagers to that castle. Significantly limiting the damage potential of Crazy Bus's cavalry play here. The golds and stone, no, golds and wood, I mean, still exposed over here. I guess you could target the market for a broader entry point here for the cavalry. 19 military to 4, Reaper only 10 eco units ahead, only 2 fishing ships as well, so didn't really expand on the fish economy here, even though it's cheap for the Italians. Hello, Crazy Joe. It's like I've run out of my coffee already, but good to see ya. Because this is the reasonable approach by Crazy Bus now, trying to get to that wood line. Market is down, walls are up for Reaper, but this is Reaper's only wood line at this point. So if Crazy Bus gets in here, that's huge damage done on Reaper's side. It's only got 7 on wood and will have 0 if this gets disposed. I guess he could lumber camp over here. He's even got 1 villager collecting wood over there, but he has to commit to repairs now. He has to flee, in fact. The knight's not quite reacting. There they are inside. Let's have a look. Let's see if they can keep that gate open. Yep, scouts fiddling their way around. That's damage for Crazy Bus for sure. Still no +2 on the cap. Oh, could get trapped here. It's dangerous. Ah, maybe not. Still no Genoese for Reaper because he lacks the wood, so that's because of Crazy Bus denying the wood line over there. He could deny this one as well. It's close to the castle, but could still keep denying wood income here. Finally a dock as well. 1 fire galley, not overcommitting here. That's enough to deal with the fish and the dock over there. Starting to look good for the Berbers over here. Another castle for Reaper at home base. Desperate to keep that home economy safe. Crazy Bus, however, with 20 knights and counting. And the Genoese, they barely have any numbers at all. Crazy Bus most definitely on a timer here, but is about to get enough stone for a forward castle. Which, in theory, you could have placed here, but the Reaper is about to close that gap. Getting one on this hill instead. Which would deny the wood income, so it's a great castle to be honest. He's going to sneak the villagers over from this area unless Reaper finds them with a fire galley. Which could happen. Where's the demo when you need one, huh? Nah, he's not gonna see those. He might see the villagers passing by. Yeah, he has an outpost. He's gonna see that castle drop well in time, actually. But he only has 3 or 4 Genoese crossbowmen, so Reaper's economy is really suffering here from the The forward aggression of Crazy Bus is about to break through the houses. Maybe this would be a better castle spot at this point. Or even here to deny both wood lines, but yeah, he's committing. Crazy Bus is committing. Forcing more stone walls off Reaper. Why not just move around here? It's open. But I guess you can't really see that. Least aggressive forward castle was that it denies a wood line. It's fine. Reaper reacts as well. Town center in the back on the wood line. Nice to see another crazy winning. We don't know if he's winning yet. Still no +2 defense on the lights. That hurts when you're trying to walk underneath TC fire here. Genoese numbers increasing. They have Bodkin. For some reason, Crazy isn't taking out that dock, but that should probably be fine. It looks like they both decided that there has been enough animal killing this game, so the sheep are not to be taken. Now, with the map control that Crazy Bus has, I suppose you could start investing into some fish over here, since you have the dock. Imperial Age is on the way, which means that these castles should be short-lived for Reaper. He has a cheaper Imperial Age with the Italians, and he has 2 castles, so he might still be able to win the Trebuchet Wars over here. And Crazy Bus, that's going to be mangonels, I think, against the Genoese over here. In Imperial Age could add, bomber cannons as well. Yeah, I suppose Reaper could have clicked a little bit earlier because of the cheaper Imperial Age for the Italians. Yeah, a good tower from Crazy Bus, but now he doesn't know about TC in the back on the woodline, which he handled early. It's quite exposed though. You could still loop the cavalry around, and I think that's exactly what Crazy Bus is going to be looking for now. Finally got that +2 armor in, so he could easily dive this town center where there isn't any castle to protect them. As far as Imperial Age timings go, Crazy Bus is only 1 minute ahead, which means that Reaper should be able to keep the castles alive for long enough to get the advantage in the Trebuchet Wars here. Yeah, he needs Oligers, definitely. And he has the forward siege workshop. But you could also make bombard cannons after chemistry, which would help to take out groups of units at the distance, and more importantly the castles as well. Trebuchet in the queue, Reaper following behind, 40 seconds behind, so I guess Crazy Bus will get 2 Trebuchets out before Reaper can get any. All of the Genbos over here, as the Knights once again expose the wood in combat, and that's great timing here from Crazy Bus on the woodland. Look at the wood counter Reaper. Reaper needs to buy wood here for the Trebuchets, that's huge, to be honest. Tower here, castle here, denying the woodlines. That's also the MTC, but not going down for Reaper. 1 Trebuchet. Heal advantage as well. That's Crazy Bus is going to try and deny the repairs here. Could camp the castle foundation, dangerous. When you think that there might be Genoese crossbow nearby, as here. Bracer out of the question for Reaper for now. Keeps the castle alive. He's survived much longer than I thought he would at this point, to be honest. But once again, wood income gets contested over here. He's gone back to the initial lumber camp. It's somewhat inefficient. But the Trebuchets on the hill also quite exposed. I guess Crazy Bus could gate those in. Gets a 3rd Trebuchet out, of which to repair as well has more than enough stone to... Now at this point, Crazy Bus could castle this side. So now the Genoese crossbowmen are over here. And if you deny this woodland as well, Reaper is just going to have to rely all that much more on the market. I think he'll lose 1 castle here because he can't really afford to buy stone. Desperately trying to get a lumber camp up over here to get some wood out for another Trebuchet. I think he has enough for 1, It's pushing uphill. Not enough villagers here, perhaps for Gracebus to keep this castle alive. But he has a massive advantage with the hill here. Bonus damage for every hit. And is forcing... Look at the economy of Reaper. Reaper has no economy. There's nothing left here to repair. Couple of onlookers here now. And a lucky hit on the Genoese crossbowman. And Gracebus has got this in the bag. He keeps the castle up still. But now it's gonna go down, I think, 2 trebuchet. Bullets there. No. No. How is this Casey still standing up? It's so close. That has to be so frustrating for Reaper. Especially with the kind of low economy he's got going here. The cavalry is here. The Genoese crossbowman has to stay close to the trebuchets to protect them from being sniped. And the cast still stays, finally goes down. But at what cost? Look at Reaper's economic situation here. Barely any food, barely any wood. No food, no wood. No nothing, no gold, no stone. Reaper has no melee, no need to get. Villagers are melee weapons. Otter. Send them in to try and snipe them. But yeah, maybe no need. It's just an extra security. One castle going down, Reaper not going to be able to repair the other one. It's going to use the Genoese crossbowman now to try and take out these trebuchets, but Gracebus has invested into some scorpions, weakening these Genoese crossbowmen, meaning that the remaining cavalry could also dive in and take their shot against the Genoese. There's only wood for Reaper. He kept his TC alive somehow, but it's running idle big time here. Doesn't have the food to produce any more villagers. I think it might be a bug as well. Gracebus, I had some issues yesterday with a war galley refusing to attack a villager, kept attacking the farm. They even targeted the villager, but it didn't, still didn't attack the villager farming. That's unfortunate. Yeah. Boxing fight. Gracebus, needless to say, massive economic advantage here. It's going to take a lot for Gracebus to not win this game. How this is developing. There's still one castle for Reaper, but he has no economy to produce the Genoese crossbowman or anything at this point. Look at the idle thesis here. It's just ridiculous, the difference between these two players' economic efficiency. Sure, the forward villagers are going down, but doesn't even matter at this point with the military at work here. To be fair, Gracebus not committing a lot to the gold unit for now, but even Light Cav and Hussar alone could win this game at this point because Reaper just doesn't have any economy. It's going to stone, it's going to try and get another defensive castle up, but with the castle at home base now, Gracebus could add trebuchets from that angle. It's got great vision with the outpost, this borderline outpost rushing here, MBL style. Nah, it's just going to provide vision. What did they change about the mule carts? Not keeping up with all these new changes. Full-on light cap spam for Gracebus is about to become Hussar as well. Yes, there are some Genoese over here, but just a couple of trebuchets now from Gracebus from this angle, and this castle is gone there as well. Reaper, yes, he's been collecting quite a bit of stone, could get another castle up, but where is he gonna go? He's got nothing going for him here. Yep, Hussars diving in. Nothing Reaper can do about that. Crazy, bringing it up to a 2-1. As we're going to move into another Reaper home map after a look at the statistics. That even KD 101 to 100, that's funny. But for most of the game, huge military advantage for Crazy Bus. Economic situation here with the Berbers well ahead, never really threatened at home base, and the fast fuel age after 2 minutes ahead. No barks even for Reaper to begin with, took out or idled the fish, got some value on land, found the wood line, kept denying wood with towers and castles. Crazy Bus in control of this game from start to end. Only 4 fishing ships on this massive hybrid map. It seems like a mistake, but it shows that you could win this game, this map, with huge land emphasis as well. I guess your scouts could obstruct the fish in large parts due to the... depends a lot on where you're docking, right? So the first dock of Reaper, the only dock, was here, leaving the scouts able to take out the fish on the shallows terrain. Yeah, it makes sense, Otter. Was a necessary change, though, but I mean, yeah, this was a much needed change, but affecting other things, unfortunately. Yeah, maybe it plays somewhat similarly to Cup. It's true. Italians down, Berbers up. Scimitar for Crazy Bus. We're going to move on to the one and only Nomad start, perhaps Deluge here for Reaper, if he's following the home maps order here. Nomad start. Malian strikes me as a contender there. Maybe Romans as well for their powerful economy. Remains to be seen. I guess Greece maybe for Crazy Bus. No, Turks maybe for the castles in the middle and the Janissaries play. If it is Deluge, we'll have to get back to that shortly. That was game 3. We're going to game 4. On Island Hideout is the next one. Okay. And you see the cities here. Converters, Romans. Romans got some things going for them on water. It's the... Galleys firing faster, is it? What's that again? No, what's... I need to brush up on my Romans tech tree. Galley line on Drummond's +1/+1 Pierce Arbor. So the galley line extra attack is hidden behind a unique technology, so that's nothing for the early game. Two people pick Romans against me on this map. I don't know why. Oh. Romans have good economy and decent water. I've seen Celts work on this map as well, because you chop through to the middle more quickly.
Yes.
Woodline close to the middle for the both of them. Has to be like that. You might want to scout for the weakest area as well. I guess that's gonna work for Reapers. You chop 3 of these 3 threes. It's a bit like Chaos Pit, you want to get to the middle here for extended gold and stone access, but you do have gold tiles right underneath your TC as well. So you have safe gold for the early game, 1600 gold. You will want to dock on this map and take advantage of the deep fish, because there's lots of deep fish to be taken here. Starting, I believe the starting positions are fixed, so there's going to be wandering across half the map to get to your opponent. So not really going to, most likely not going to see any early infantry aggression, but rather, if anything, the naval aggression. We'll just speed it up again because they're busy pushing the deer for the start here. Dock for Crazy Bus. Close to the deep fish. Dock for Reaper as well. And 2 villagers collecting the shorefish. Nice. Crazy Bus ahead in the economic department here, though. and clicking up first as the Khmer over here. A little bit of scouts fight over there. Crazy Bus not taking the fight, wants to push the deer instead, but leaves with HP advantage. Maybe he got a little bit of an elevation advantage on the edges here. You can't build on this terrain, so your home base is going to be exposed until you can get like castles or towers up to, and maybe even some naval units to deny your opponent's entry. There we have the feudal age, and no naval military. But Crazy Bus going along the shoreline. Is that going to be a second dock? It is indeed. Reaper entering the feudal age at a healthier economy here, but might struggle against water units here because he's got only that one dock. Seems to be more from intent on going to the middle, and still a while to go until Reaper can get through here. In the meantime, foul villager killed there, Crazy Bus, I guess. Good value. It's a bit of a trouble for the fire galleys, but they're still going to take out Reapers for fish. Relatively uncontested here. Blacksmith market, so straight fast castle for the Romans. How's that gonna work out? I guess we're getting through to the middle here soon enough. That's 2 villagers chopping that last remaining tree to get to the middle. So Reaper is going to go for a middle boom, but Crazy Bus might be getting there sooner actually. He's slightly ahead. Scouts added on land for Crazy Bus as well, committing to feudal age aggression here. That's going to provide some land control in the middle as well, and might even deny Reaper entry to the middle. I mean, one tile of stone wall here from Crazy Bus. If he's through first, then Reaper will have to drop through at some other point. 20 wood left to go. Not sure if he's going to recognize that, but these scouts would have amazing value in the middle right now. Fish going down. So Reaper going to lose eco units here, falling behind in the economic department here. Now we're open until the middle. Khmer still got a way to go for the castle age. Reaper halfway there. No military though. Oh, you got walled in a different game on this map, huh? Reaper going for fire galley defense here. 1 versus 1. I like how Crazy Bus isn't overcommitting here. He's also still collecting fish at home. 2 fire galleys to 1. Let's see if the micromanagement is on point here, or if it's just going to commit to the fish at this point. That's another fish going down. And keeps the scout right on the wood line of Reaper. Loses his 7 wood. Left, scout stays close, going to act like a pseudo wall here. And Reaper gets some villagers over. It's going to be a boxing fight. It's not going to allow Crazy Bus to easily wall him out here. The timing, though, of the both of them and Reaper acknowledging that that might happen. Nice. It's not going to stop Reaper from getting villagers to the middle. Opt for a monastery here. Crazy just clicked to the castle age. No upgrades on the scouts, so the villagers could easily fight them off. Villagers going to have to need to battle in here as well. The monastery won't be completing as for now. And yeah, that tile wall won't be happening for Crazy Bus. Almost made it, but just almost. Won the water though, so very convincing economic lead for Crazy Bus going into the castle age here. Almost looks like Reaper wants to go for a cast drop here, but he doesn't have the stone for that. He doesn't even have the wood for a town center, in fact, because he had to commit so many villagers to stop Crazy Bus from walling him in on the wood line over here. So I suppose Crazy Bus will want to add Knights in the castle age. Yep, second stable coming up there for the Camber. And Reaper keeps Wilder fighting because he doesn't have the wood for a Town Center yet. I guess the Town Center has to be somewhat closer to home, like over here or something. Or maybe he'll just easy drop the entry here to deny the military of Crazybus entrance to his side. Boxing fight, or affordable for Crazybus having a 10, 12, economic lead, 30 villagers to 24. Monks now being added by Reaper. I'm not too sure about that with scouts still on the field. So spearmen here as well though. Let's see. No light cab yet for Crazybus. Will he get both the monks? He gets both the monks because no sanctity for the monks. And the villagers still not able to get a Townsend trap in the middle for Reaper. Reaper definitely falling behind there. Lost the dock as well. Crazybus can now safely add more fish, and he has the Cumber farms consistently bringing in food as well, using the mobility of the cavalry to snipe more of Reaper's villagers. Is this going to be a game on the shorter side? Perhaps these guys have both shown insane fighting spirit in the other games, so Nightmon is going to give up lightly, but Reaper is far behind in every aspect now. Less military, less economy. Cavalry number increasing for Crazybus, consistent double stable production here now, but that's not going to last for long with only 12 on food. And yeah, some farms expiring, that's fine because you could still add fish and use that as your source of food income. Still possible to wall in this woodland to prevent easy access for Reaper, but he did manage to get a Townsend trap here, which means that the Knights will have to move away. They don't have +2. They don't even have +1 armor yet. Light cab being researched, so Crazybus can more easily deal with any further monks added. Reaper collected one of the relics as well, brings in some bonus gold access that way, but only 5 on food. Not getting any benefits from the fish here, Reaper. Stray scouts being committed to scouting the full middle as well. Monk probably not going to get the conversion there, we see. No upgrades on the monk, no sanctity, no movement speed. Probably not high priority at this point, although there is gold to warrant that. I think Reaper wants to get a castle forward relatively soon here. Could place it defensively as well, but he's not really in a position to extend it to defense here. He needs to be aggressive because he's already lost the water. So Crazybus, although he's not adding them, he is controlling the water and could easily add fish and fish traps here for an unraidable food source at this stage in the game. Market for Crazybus, looking to buy his way towards the Castle Age, Imperial Age, perhaps. Gets spotted by Reaper. Not going to get to adjust the economy that easily. Any light cab? No, he's over there. So dangerous for Crazybus. Could lose 2 knights to conversions here. That's 1, that's 2. But still got the numbers, and Reaper is going to lose the armies in the middle here. Still got One Monk at home. Monk trick doesn't really work with castle drops anymore. Let's see who gets the castle up first here. Who has the more villagers? 17 villagers to about 17 for Reaper as well. Crazy Bus bails on that one. As Reaper gets to stabilize with the economy. But Crazy Bus should still be well set for an earlier Imperial Age compared to the opponent here. To be honest, Crazy Bus could have placed a castle forward here as well. Away from Reaper's side and denied a lot of the wood and some of the farming income over here. As Reaper still doesn't have any food source from the water anymore. Having a castle forward here denying half of the farms would be huge. It's true that the Romans villagers work faster. Slightly faster. What's that? Villagers gather, build and repair 5% faster. That's that. So splitting the map kind of in half through the middle here. Still a little while to go for that Imperial click. The gold has kind of run out for Crazy Bus as well, but he sees this one over here. There's gold right next to the castle, but that's denied by Reaper's castle, who's now waiting to barracks for spearmen against the Khmer cavalry here. Suppose you could add a couple of ballista elephants to deal with the spearmen until a siege workshop and scorpions could be added. Two relics for Crazy Bus as well. So more relic gold income in the long term. Our blue friend over here. Very consistent economic lead here for Crazy Bus. Still hasn't added any more fish. But why would you need fish when you have Khmer farms that continuously drop off food? It's now clicked for Crazy Bus, going to have at least a minute, maybe more, against Reaper. Between the Imperial Age, Reaper will be placing another castle maybe in this area. He needs to be offensive with the castles. As far as Reaper knows, Crazy Bus could have 20 fish traps at this point, right? So, we need to get some idea of what's going on here. Maybe scout the shoreline, just confirm that there isn't actually any extra fish added, which means you don't need to, you want to confirm that you don't need to try and fight back for water, I would say. Because otherwise Crazy Bus could be much further ahead with that fish food economy boosting it, not even needing in the farms just yet because of the deep fish, which is in abundance on this map as well. But I don't think Crazy Bus enjoys fishing that much. He didn't fish at all on Scimitar either, so it's just his point in life to prove that, ooh, they both want to drop the castle in the same spot, but Crazy Bus gets the foundation down ahead of Reaper. Oh, Reaper could lose lots of builders here. If the pikemen get contested here, mainly light cab here. Yeah. Commits to the forward castle, knowing that the cavalry has been dealt with, but Crazy Bus now with two castles, immediately producing trebuchets from both. He should have no trouble taking out Reaper's castles, as Reaper hasn't even clicked the Imperial Age yet. That's a position you don't want to find yourself in, fighting trebuchets with Castle Age armies. Only with Hans and Nomad going 4 knocks in Dark Age with Mega Fish Pool. Yeah, but now we could just scout and steal all the sheep with the starting house. And not need to dock at all. I guess. First trebuchet out. Reaper will repair the castles more quickly, but is already facing 2 trebuchets. Maybe a third one shortly enough. Gold slightly on the low side. I guess that castle denies 1 gold pile of Crazy Bus, but Crazy Bus could extend to this side, to that gold mine. I think he has it scouted. Looks like a perfect 1000 spot as well, covered by this castle. And knowing that Reaper is still in the castle age, Crazy Bus just trickle trebs from both sides here. I think a third one from this angle. Crazy Bus will need to make a switch to deal with Reaper's pikeman investment here, but there's still no blacksmith upgrades on those. They are kicking in. 2 strong Scorpion civilizations here, to be fair. So they could both go for Scorpions with success here. Romans with ballistics affecting them and costing way less gold, 60% less gold for the Romans. While Crazy Bus has extra range on Scorpions, being the Cubber and with the unique technology also firing 2 projectiles. All the castles go down also. No Centurions for Reaper here for sure. He's losing the battle for the middle. And here come the Scorpions against the Pikemen of Reaper. Scorpions, Trebs, and Light Cab for Crazy Bus. Light Cab could find some true value to the right-hand side here with the very exposed goal. I think he's about to find them. He's at least going to scout it. Has to rebuild the market to stabilize the economy and splits up the Light Cab group as well. Second Siege Workshop added. 4 trebuchets out with Reaper not having any castles at all and got housed from losing both castles as well here. Is getting the gold access denied, at least from the right-hand side. Left-hand side still got gold income, but finding himself yet again with a compromised economy and gold income. Even the wood source seems to be lacking a bit for Reaper here at this stage. I added 1 more fishing ship, says Crazy Bus. It did indeed. You're a deep fish at that. Yay! Bird Death Ball growing stronger here. Twice the economy for Crazy Bus at this point. Yes, Halberdiers for Reaper, but as the Scorpion's count increases with their +1 range as well, those Halberdiers won't be able to do much. Yes, you could garrison the Light Cap. Half of them popping out to the wrong side, but no Halberdiers to protect these rams. Those rams are going to be taken down by the Light Cap. Great value from the Light Cap of Crazy Bus over here. Also got some potential for Scorpion's damage here in this pointy area. The GG is called. Crazy Bus establishing a Camber Death Ball here with twice the population of Reaper total. Didn't really taking advantage of the naval control he established earlier. Also didn't overcommit to naval armies, so I guess that's fine. KD 64 to 43, on the shorter end this game compared to the others. And Reaper facing the need for a reverse sweep here. Needs 3 games in a row to take this victory. But we've seen the fighting spirit of Reaper in all of the games so far. So anything could still happen on the remaining maps. That would be the Kemmer winning against the Romans. Last pick of Reaper, that. And Island Hideout going down for Reaper. Nomad start next, perhaps. Deluge could be the deciding game here. Maybe we'll see Goths versus Turks, for example. Could be an interesting matchup favoring the Turks. Game 5 incoming. Deluge it is, and it's Turks versus Malians. So, the only Nomad start map in this tournament. Deluge. Reaper going for a Townsend on the woodline in the back, but we'll be able to bring in a boar and collect some of the deer, while Crazy Bus also has gone for the back Townsend approach on the woodline. Sometimes on this map we've seen the players also Townsend ring near the shorefish, which will really boost the early food income. I wish I had my Hun horsey right now. Yeah, that would be something. Crazy Bus straight for the shorefish. Reaper probably going to have to... He's going to go for an early meal as well. He's going to go for an early meal. Scouting with the sheep. Huns have been sniped. But Turks, strong on nomad starts like this as well, would be powerful, especially to claim the middle with castles and janissaries. And janissaries could also easily obstruct a lot of the exposed shorefish income. I believe you can't build on this terrain, so you have to mill the sides of the maps. Malians for Reaper loses. Malians usually strong with their infantry, getting extra pierce armor. They're basically known as champ skulls, the champions in the Imperial Age for Malians, because they get +1 pierce armor per age. Except for Dark Age. But that's not going to work against Turks having easy access to gunpowder units, instant chemistry when you reach the Imperial Age, instant light cav hussar as well. And with the Janissary from the castle, an even more powerful hand cannon unit you have access to in the Castle Age. So infantry play not really an option here for Reaper. Could still play the scouts. It's a very open map, and if you play the scouts into more cavalry, Turks will have to commit to camels because they only have access to spearmen. Malians also get arbalesters, even though they don't get bracer, they still get arbalest. That could also be an issue for the Turks. But without bracer, you're still going to struggle against the Janissaries with Malians arbalesters in the Imperial Age. Let's speed this up a bit. It is a novel start. It's going to take some time to get started. We'll just keep an eye on the players scouting as they get an idea of the extra boars to be brought in around the map. The boars are spread out basically all around the edge of the map here. So you could bring boars in from afar as well. Reaper, pretty late to the mill here. He's dropping the barracks and is going to drop the stable as well. Close to home base. In fact, acting kind of like a wall here on the side of the map here. Waiting 3 villagers to the cause. Crazy Bus didn't go to gold yet, so he's also going to opt for some kind of feudal age aggression. Maybe this becomes a scouts war soon enough. And that's going to be an issue for the both of them with the shore fishing. They'll need to add spearmen to keep the shorefish income safe and consistent. Spearmen added immediately by Reaper. First scout also in production. Crazy Bus with the Turks also gets a tiny bit of extra pierce armor on the scouts, so has an easier time walking close to towers and town centers. Isn't going to face archers just yet. So the villagers have to venture far to collect the shorefish because you, as mentioned, you can't mill these areas. Surely an intentional addition by the map scripter so that the Swordfish is a little bit more costly to bring in. Both players adding Spearmen, as to be expected when the economy is exposed like this. I think an early defense upgrade for the scouts could be huge here, both in scouts versus scouts fighting and when fighting against spearmen or villagers. Basically, doubling up on the berries. I think it's doing that to sneakily bring in food in addition to the shorefish. It's going to be one villager dead, most likely, for Crazy Bus. Great value for the opening scouts or Reaper. Also got enough spearmen here to deal with Crazy Bus's initial scouts here. $17 on food for Crazy Bus, only 13 for Reaper. He did some farms at home as well. Got those covered behind walls and woodlands. Yeah, good. Decent position for Reaper, by the looks of it. The only... No, he's managed to full wall the home base, in fact, so it's going to be tougher for Crazy Bus to deal with this. Low sheep for either of them. So the sheep suffered attacks from Crazy Bus's armies to make sure Reaper could steal it. Not that it matters much for the food income currently. Crazy Bus really needs to get to the castle age ahead of the Malians here. Wants to get to that castle drop with the Janissaries, or maybe even follow up. We could follow up this with knights in the castle age with the Turks as well, but Malians also have access to camels, so your strongest option as the Turks is for sure the castle drop and Janissaries here. Especially the way Reaper has positioned himself. If Crazy Bus manages to get the castle up here or here, suddenly Reaper's home base won't be as safe anymore, and Crazy Bus could apply some serious pressure on everything over here. Looks like their food investment is pretty similar here. Reaper with 1 minute of idle towns at a time, so Crazy Bus having the economic lead because of that. They obviously both got Loom because this is an open, exposed map. Spearman guarding the shorefishing goal, but not the berries. So if Reaper somehow spots the berries food income on either side here, that could mean trouble for Crazy Bus's food income. Looking for a point of entry, but going to run into another obstacle further in here. Reaper with good reaction there to the scouts trying to break in. Nice. Scouts focusing down the spearman over here. Spearman being pulled from the shorefish, but not in time to secure the gold villages there. The fact that Crazy Bus has gone to gold also suggests that he's aiming for the castle, but Reaper is going to be the first one clicking if he can get that second building up. Is it being constructed? Here's the moment. So they're going to click the castle at approximately the same time here, I would say. Crazy Bus missing 100 gold. Reaper only missing the market. But Crazy Bus has invested more into the feudal age armies, more spearmen for sure. Maybe not more scouts. Reaper going for wheelbarrow ahead of the castle age click, so then Crazy Bus might still be slightly ahead to the castle age here. Oh, never mind. Reaper got it queued behind the wheelbarrow here. 20 seconds difference, perhaps. $15 even. So yeah. Slightly higher villager population for Crazy Bus upon clicking up. So there's that. Only 4 seconds of idle TC time, so got that TC hotkey sorted. Crazy Bus got some scouts for map control as well as Reaper has fewer scouts overall. He's committing to Bloodline, so he's going to follow up in the Castle Age with a Knights follow-up. Second staple... Oh, he didn't have a blacksmith yet. That's why he went for the market first. I guess to have that as a second building. And to be able to tweak the resources as needed. Economic setup looks healthy for Reaper here. Hasn't invested into any defensive towers. So should easily be able to town center... Yeah, that's an unfortunate blacksmith position, because that kind of eliminates the opportunity of placing a town center on this gold. We might see Turks cavalry archers this game as well. Forging kicks in just in time to take the fight against Crazy Buzz here, who also has Forging in, has the Spearman joining in. Spearman fighting on the fish as well, idling some of the food income of Reaper, but look at that, he could almost go straight Imperial Age here with that food income over here. Only one stable is it though? Still only one stable for Reaper, so not getting maximum advantage of the Castle Age here. He's failing to produce. He's going for camels! I'm not loving the camels idea here, even though Crazy Buzz doesn't get pikemen. You'd easily fight this off with Knights here with Reaper. Knights would be better as a raiding unit as well. 5 on stone now for Crazy Buzz, wants to get that castle drop down. Would probably want to... I guess he wants to castle drop over here to try and force Reaper out from home base. Second stable being added at home base. No bloodlines, that's true. That's going to be interesting in the cavalry versus cavalry fighting here, as Crazy Buzz doesn't seem to be adding any knights to the mix here. Nine, the shortfish was good for me. He was floating so much food. Will the light cab find a way in here? That's the question. Crazy Buzz with a massive military advantage here now. Now Reaper changed plans from camels to knights. I think that's a good call. Got the +1/+1, got bloodlines. That's not the case for Crazy Buzz. They've also been playing for nearly 3 hours at this point. So of course that affects your decision making. Spearman only got the forging upgrade, so could still trade decently against small numbers of spear with this kind of audience cavalry. Yeah, with this kind of light cab mass for the Turks, not having bloodlines hurts a lot, as Crazy Buzz is saying. Also, grouping them together with spears is going to affect their movement speed. If they weren't grouped with the spears now, they might actually have been able to run through this opening in time and obstruct some of the home economy. Spearmen finding value against the knights here. Nothing huge, because Reaper has the mass. And now Crazy Buzz is switching into camels here to react to the Malians numbers here. Where is that bloodlines research though? And where is the castle drop going to go? The castle semi-forward here, securing a gold. Oh, it's going to go further forward? Nope. That's a good castle to be fair. It protects a lot of potential shorefish income here. Even though you can't mill here, you'd have to list the mill right next to the castle. But better safe than sorry, as they say. And with the castle up, Crazy Buzz will be able to get some Janissaries out as well. And with the camels already added, will be able to keep up with the Malians' cavalry aggression as well. Nice. Quick houses here, quick walls here, almost able to even trap in those knights over here. But yeah, keeps the stone income safe. Cavalry numbers almost comparable. But upgrades not so much. Full Castle Age upgrades for the Malians. No bloodlines, no defense for Crazy Buzz. 100% thought I had bloodlines, yeah, makes sense. Second town center going up with only one villager here for Reaper. He feels confident now with the army has on the field. But if Crazy Bus happens to venture over here at this time, that town center should get denied. It's definitely looking for shorefish to damage here. Sees the numbers, sees that that's not a fight I can take. See the huge hit points difference between the two players. Janitors is added as well, which means that any infantry defense from Reaper will be an issue. Also, bring that one Janitor forward. That could actually deny this TC if that Janitor gets 2 hits in, but that would mean that the cavalry can't engage. Hit the villager! This could also be a DE bug, mind you. That the Janitors aren't able to target the villager here. Yep, get them. And without bloodlines, Crazy Bus loses that cavalry engagement big time, but does manage to deny the 1,000 of gold. Still gold access at home for the Malians though. Malians also dropping off 10% more gold per trip. Not looking too great for Crazy Bus here. Now stonewalling off the side, wants to keep his home base safe. About to completely wall in his precious farming economy here. Bringing in some shortfish still close to the castle. So did manage to get some bit of positioning. Won't be able to get the stone walls up in time though. Lots of cavalry coming in here to raid them. Finally, Crazy Bus realizes he doesn't have bloodlines and commits to triple stables. Camels here, but with the stone walls not quite complete. It's going to struggle to handle these raids here. Going to take some big losses. To be fair, Crazy Bus has almost 30 villagers advantage at this point. So he could afford to lose quite a few, but the current economic situation makes it really hard for Crazy Bus to defend against this. It's getting fletching, and I think that's for the town centers to deal more damage to the raiding units. Tries to scramble for the stone walls to complete here as well. That's also going to trap Reapers, cavalry, military, almost trap them completely inside of Crazy Bus's home base. But just like that, Crazy Bus loses lots of economic units, and Reaper gets the military advantage, no, villager advantage back. 23 military to 2. No Janissaries for Crazy Bus for the time being. It just doesn't have the food source for them. But also manages to diminish the cavalry numbers of Reaper through garrisoning inside of the town centers. Castles in the middle for Crazy Bus now. Securing more gold stones for further castles for the Janissary addition here. 15-20 Janissaries, and you clean up this cavalry army easily because they have such high damage yield, the Janissaries. Even though they are inaccurate, still great in groups, even against cavalry units. But Reaper, he has a 28-1 military advantage now. That is also making great use of that, taking out houses, taking out production buildings. He will eventually need to take out castles as well, but if he can't obstruct all of the home base economy of Crazy Bus, there's not much Crazy Bus can do with these 2 castles. Cavalry finding their way inside. Crazy Bus kind of walling with houses and a new stable here. Got 3 stables, so wants to get some camels to complement what is going to be a Janissary Edition war stables in the middle as well, but the food count really suffering. A double food gold combo here is going to be real tough to survive. Yeah, the first castle should have been forward for sure. Like over here or something to deny that gold income from the Malians. But the largest mistake was lacking bloodlines. It would have been a much more even fight over here against the huge cavalry masses with bloodlines. Reaper managing to save that camel as well. Now 30 military for Reaper. Closing in on the food needed for Imperial Age as well. Missing the second building. Doesn't have any castles yet. But certainly has the military momentum here. Once again collecting the relics, just brought in one to get that little extra gold trickle. Murder holes. Who was getting murder holes? That. Funnily enough, it makes sense now so that the masses of melee units of the Malians can't just camp the castle foundation and take out the castles without the castles doing damage to the melee units. Third town center finally added for Crazy Bus is just slightly behind the villagers, all things considered here, so has done a great job at replenishing the villagers lost to the raids. So that's why we got the university to get murder holes. Still, military lead for Reaper, finally dropping that castle. Has the 2 buildings to kick Imperial Age and beats the Turks to the Imperial Age here. Which would allow for trebuchets through the middle here to start contesting the castles. And with these 2 castles going down for Crazy Bus, he's just not going to have any gold access and won't be able to benefit from the real strengths of the Turks. Monks added to heal up the cavalry units as well. Nice touch there from Reaper. Halfway to Imperial Age now with Crazy Bus far away from clicking to that next stage. Crazy Bus needs everything now. Needs military, needs economy, needs Imperial Age. I said far away, but he could actually buy his way there. No problem. With the gold currently in the bank. It's got 2 castles to contest Trevor Wars. Also has instant bombard cannons almost. No need to research chemistry. Getting some good raids in here as well. With some stray light cab. So actually assuming the villager lead back here because of these raids. Great value from these raiding light cab. Might not be over yet for Crazy Bus. Actually managed to stabilize the economy here going Imperial Age, but 2.5 minutes behind. Is that going to be enough with these castles? Yeah, I was going to say he's going to need a siege workshop and get bombard cannons out. So that Reaper doesn't get to win that Tramp's war that easily. Don't know why Reaper is pulling his armies back. Maybe he's just trying to deal with the remaining raiding units. Trebuchet being queued. 2 minutes to go for Crazy Bus. Another TC in the middle here to secure gold and stone from this angle as well. Janissary is now being added. Bad news for Reaper's cavalry here. We'll have access to Farimba for the cavalry and Imperial Age, but the food gold situation not allowing for that just yet. It's going for both Cavalier and Heavy Camel. Oh, I'm not too sure about that, but I guess with the unit mass on the field, that kind of makes sense. I will have gone for Cavalier and plate guarding armor first, though. Just to make sure that the Cavaliers are fully upgraded, and then you could commit to the Camels later. Yeah, Crazy Bus desperately needs army at this point. It's going to scramble for repairs at this castle, but only 7 villagers repairing that 1 second. Trebuchet to pop out armies close here for Reaper so that the Trebuchet won't easily be sniped. Ah, Janissaries taking their shot here. Just not nearly enough of them. 6 Janissaries for Crazy Bus. And fully upgraded Cavaliers, except for Farimba. Now ready to move out the raid as well. Farimba almost affordable from Alliance. It's probably going to be the next upgrade that Reaper is getting here. As he's trying to stop Crazy Bus from repairing this castle. Splitting up the armies, looking for places to raid. Yep, Cavalier finding their way into Crazy Bus's economy over here. Axel gonna go down here. Janissaries, only 2 of them now. Crazy Bus with 20 military facing 3 times the size. Reaper about to catch up in villagers yet again. University goes down since it's within range of those trebuchets. Not really going to make any huge difference here. Bombard cannon added, yes, but now there are heavy camels against generic camels, and Crazy Bus realizes there's just too much armies on the field for the Malians. No Farimba just yet, doesn't matter. Reaper has the military numbers lead by far. And without Heavy Camel or Halberdier, which Turks don't get anyway, Heavy Camel they get against the cavalry forces of the Malians, you just can't survive that. Massive KD advantage for Reaper. 1 step closer to the reverse sweep here. But we're also going to go into another Crazy Bus home map. So that would be the Turks losing to the Malians here. Another match point for Crazy Bus as Reaper has spent all of his home maps, leaving Crazy Bus with 2 home maps left. Siberia and Riverina being the options here. Riverina, first pick. Not going to see any Turks fast imp there, but we might still see Malay because of the fish traps, maybe, economy, and the fact that they advance to the ages so quickly. We'll see if it's going to be Riverina or the other one here. It's not. It's going to be Siberia first here. Malay versus Goths on Siberia. Don't think we've seen this cast a lot yet. But it's snowy map. It is Siberia after all. It's ridiculous amounts of hunt. Let's have a quick look at the bans here. Mongols being banned, of course. Because of the hunt. It's a given. You need to ban Mongols on this map. It's just too much hunt to benefit from for the Mongols here. They would have a ginormous advantage. TC starting on hill like Ravine, for example, a standard definitive edition map. And you'll have stones and golds close to the ditch you're starting at, but you'll have the defender's advantage with the hill. But you also need to move out to keep your home economy safe because you can't build on this terrain. So it's not like you can wall in all of this gold. Maybe you'd be able to place defensive fortifications, castles, towers around your starting resources. But eventually you'll need to move out to get further access to additional golds. Not any typical scout sibs here, although Goths could get away with it with their longer lasting and higher carry capacity of hunt. Yeah, hope not. Goths could also move forward to lame here because they have instant loom, essentially saving you one villager while researching loom. You see this sheep could spawn out really far out here as well. So the players are scouting extensively to make sure they find all of their starting resources. 4 being brought in, 2 boars should be per player. But more food per boar and deer for the Goths, as they have longer lasting resources from the hunt. Woodland's also very exposed on this map. You have some stragglers around your town center. You're going to have that on this map to sustain your resources more safely. Actually taking advantage of the elevation advantage for the villagers hunting the boar there. Malay going up 66% faster. Could even be Malay scouts here for all I know. But you typically won't be going scouts with Malay because they have lousy upgrades. They don't scale well. Even Lightcap wouldn't scale well with the lack of Castle Age armor and Bloodlines. But if you do, it's going to be unexpected. Malay can go up super fast with their 66% faster advancement, which means you could hit the Goths before they are able to get any spearmen out. It's a comfortable lead into the feudal age for Reaper, though. I'm not sure what Crazy Buzz's plan is here. It's going up at 24 population. And it's not on gold, so it's also not going to be a fast castle age approach here unless he wants to sell stone. But what's a fast castle going to give the Malay here? I'm not sure. Scouts opening it is for Reaper. He is in the feudal age and is going to be able to delay the barracks from Crazy Buzz as well. Good spot. Crazy Buzz still in the Dark Age, can't really win the Scouts War. Has to pull villagers in, and yep, barracks gets significantly delayed. So whatever the feudal age follow-up was here, it's not going to happen just yet. 5 on gold mouse. Okay, so I guess it's the archers. Guess it's the archers from Crazy Bus. There's the range. There's the range. Milling the hunt as well. How many scouts on the field? 3 scouts for Reaper. Hasn't really found any value. No eco kills, no kills whatsoever for the scouts just yet. Does provide some vision across the map and better mobility than the Malay can boast here, but as Crazy Bus is bringing in the hunt through milling as well, you'd definitely be looking at a much earlier castle age than Reaper, and then how's Reaper going to withstand double range crossbows with feudal age Goths armies? Of course, in the castle age, Goths could get a castle up and get their Huskarls out. Yeah, this first villager going down here for Crazy Bus. Nice quick walls to keep those away. Send the archers out, perhaps. Okay, no fletching yet. That's why Crazy Bus isn't ungarrisoning the archers. Without fletching, these 3 scouts would would probably easily be able to take out 2 or 3 archers. Just with the sheer speed of them. Reaper, through these 3 eco kills, manages to get great value from the opening scouts. 3 kills for 3 scouts, massive value. It's almost dead even in economy now, the 2 players. But Crazy Bus still with the advantage of having an army that can't be quick walled out. So he could lurk about the woodline there and force Reaper off the exposed woodlines. Try and scout to the hunts to the sides that's being long distance milled as well. He's found the woodland. That's the one of the woodland of Reaper. For now, that is. Reaper being so annoying with scouts here, but now the archer mass is finally there. Fletching coming in as well, and suddenly the non-upgrades scouts are going to suffer. One dead scout, perhaps? No. The archers miss, so scouts, spears now. Reaper needs skirmishers, he's already started committing. Which means that Crazy Bus might need to think about adding that stable and some more scouts of his own as well. Still has the starting scout alive, so there's that.
Yep.
A little bit surprised he's not going for the woodline first here, but maybe because of the range. He's seen the range foundation, doesn't want to get too close to the skirmishers. Scouts, skirms for Reaper should in theory be a better combination here. But no fletching yet, so Crazy Bus has the range advantage and damage output advantage over the skirmishers. Not enough skirmishers here to deal with the archers just yet, and this may just snowball into Crazy Bus's advantage here. Great skirmishers micro from Reaper manages to snipe one of the spearmen there, but the archers fast will easily deal with the scouts here, as the scouts don't have any upgrades. 60 military to 6. This is beginning to look rough for Reaper. Has resources to add the skirmishers, but hasn't gone to gold until just now, which means that fletching is still in queue to be researched here. Forcing a defensive tower on the woodline, great value from Crazy Bus in that regard as well. Delays any additional town centers. Will he spot the tower in time? Will lose a couple of villagers. Elevation advantage for the tower as well, but now farms around the TC arguably exposed here. Fighting uphill against skirmishers, not a great idea for Crazy Bus. Is he placing any stable or anything? No. Could also try to rush the Castle Age to get Bodkin Arrow and crossbow upgrades to deal with this Goth's defense. And if Crazy Bus now happens to scout this area and find the 8 exposed hunters, that's huge potential value. If that's the gold, arguably even more important, as the elevation advantage will get several villagers here, no problem. That's 3 villagers down just like that for Reaper. And oh, will he see them? Will he see them? Will he see them? Oh, up. I think he spotted them. I think he saw them. No skirmishers to defend here. Reaper fleeing with villagers, but this could be 7 dead villagers for Reaper, depending on the quick walling here. Nope. Not going to be able to keep these archers out. Great value from the archers group of Crazy Bus. Now look at the eco KD for these archers. They're going to have 11 villagers killed at this point. And just like that, Crazy Bus establishes a 15 villagers lead. Yes, the skirmishers find some of the reinforcements here, but Crazy Bus now undoubtedly in the lead. Reaper doesn't have a Storm for a castle, so he can't get Huskarls out. If he could, he'd have a good means to deal with the Feudal Age Archers mass here, but considering the faster research speed of the Malay and the fact that Crazy Bus now has the means to deal with, or to deny the gold income indefinitely here, Reaper is in a tough spot just now reaching the Castle Age. Thus, yeah, I could potentially sell some food for gold for knights here. Maybe he's going to buy his way towards Elite Skirmisher upgrade. That could be the play. But generally speaking, it looks really rough for Reaper here. Almost 20 villagers behind, as Crazy Bus only needs another minute to get to the Castle Age. And will easily be able to afford both bodkin and crossbow for the group of 18 archers as well. Stable being added. Light cab possibly. Elephants possibly. We'll need something against the skirmishers that now have full Feudal Age upgrades for Reaper, but numbers advantage for Crazy Bus still. He obviously doesn't want to engage unless he absolutely have to. Well, absolutely has to. But let's see if we can hide away here. He's going to pass next to Reaper's mill, so Reaper is going to find that crossbow bodkin will be clicked immediately, and suddenly the skirmishers are less of a threat. They are elite, but they still don't have the Castle Age upgrades. Oh, and Reaper finds them before the upgrade kicks in. 15 more seconds. Can Crazy Bus stall this out? And what's Reaper's follow-up here? Only skirmishers won't work as Crazy Bus adds the Malay Knights, because why not? Probably has a university in production somewhere here, so not yet. Elevation advantage once again denying the gold. No gold access for Reaper here. But also lacking a little bit in the units production for the both of them, which hurts Crazy Bus arguably more because it's not able to do enough here. Town center on the woodline, but not on the gold. I wonder if Reaper is going to kick himself, and this TC completes realizing that the gold is over here as well. So this would have been an even better town center position. Knight with the armor coming in there. Are we going to see a forward siege workshop as well, perhaps? Suppose is out wolf hunting. Moving back to the gold, as to be expected. Wants to deny that gold income of Reaper. 2 villagers of stone for Crazy Bus as well. Could be used for more town centers. Could be used for the eventual forward castle. Probably in this area to deny the wood income and sends the knight over to the woodland. I like that. Skirmishers not really a threat to the crossbow mass, and more knights joining in. Another wolf being picked up along the way as well. Send the knights in! Uh-oh. 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 Skirmishers getting some value. Knights still getting value at the woodline. Rest of the villagers fleeing to this one. 13 villagers lost for Reaper. Still struggling to get that economy going, especially the gold income needs to be more consistent here. While they only getting the Feudal Age defense upgrade and no bloodlines, they are actually weak even to fully upgraded skirmishers. Yep, when you have a mass like that. I guess the skirmishers are going to move over to take out the knight, perhaps. Monastery added for relics collection and potential knights conversions. Reaper could add knights of his own at some point as well, because the Goths knights, they get bloodlines, get full Castle Age upgrades, much stronger than the Malay ones, of course. As Crazy Bus uses the mobility of the knights to scout for expansion, but this sort of scouting to one side now finds the towns to this side. Reaper has found the gold to the side and finally has unobstructed gold access, at least for a while. We need some forward siege here from Crazy Bus to close this out. Or a forward castle on this side will also do great. There's definitely the army to back it around it. Ooh, 2 crossbows. Only. Where are these skirmishes of Reaper? They're over there. So this could mean some builders dead on the gold. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. At least idling the golden com. Sneaky move there. Just a couple of crossbows. Once again obstructing golden com. Knights numbers increasing as well. Not often you see these many Malay Knights, but in this case it makes sense against the Skirmisher Mass Reaper, who is going to get value as well. No. Just in time for Crazy Bus there to pull away. He's got twice the kills of Reaper. That's going to be 1 conversion, but not one that Crazy Bus cares to contest. Almost twice the economy for Crazy Bus now. Better macro management behind this. Nearly enough stone for a castle. That castle has to be forward at this point. It has to go down over here. This is basically the core economy of Reaper at this point. Yes, so some farmers working at home as well. Got some gold access perhaps, but he sure won't be able to counter castle or tower defend against the castle over here. Yep, villagers moving out now. This is going to be a castle drop somewhere around here. Got the military to back it up as well. To be fair, Reaper has military as well, but it's mainly skirmishers, and the skirmishers should be negated by the Knights masses here. They might not even be able to get close enough to the crossbows here. Let's see if Crazy Bus spots that, sees the group, Reaper pulls them away. But what will Reaper do against 9 builders moving forward to drop a castle right on the TC and wooden cob? Crazy Bus. And even crazier castle would be over here, but the tower fire on that one would be interfering with that. I don't think there's any stopping this castle from going up unless you commit everything you have here for Reaper to try and stop these builders from constructing 3 monks. You can't use the alt key monk trick anymore. Knight's kind of out of position, so you have to be a little bit careful there. It needs the crossbows forward to snipe monks as well. Reaper gets some conversions. This could be a castle that doesn't finish after all. But at the cost of huge military losses for Reaper as well, if only Crazy Bus would replenish the armies behind this. Skirmishers still alive. Skirmishers alone could deny this castle at this point. That's unfortunate for Crazy Bus. Maybe a little bit of conversion luck for Reaper there as well, but still taking the losses. Look at the economic difference here. Good example of Viking making it worse than doing nothing. Maybe. So Reaper going to 1 in this foundation now. It's going to make sure that Crazy Bus can't move forward with more builders and complete this one. And where are the armies? Crazy Bus not committing to any army construction. In fact, he's dropping the Monastery Siege Workshop, wants to go Imperial HQ. To see the Malay Cavalier. Holy Crazy Bus with Q military behind this. Lost so much trying to get this castle up. A little bit too cheeky. Shouldn't be too hard to break through these palisade walls though and complete that foundation eventually. If you have some army to back it. The Knights over looking for expansion to the sides. And won't find it. Won't find any gold expansion to this side. Makes for even more reason to send builders forward to complete that castle. I think Crazy Bus knows he has a massive economic advantage now. He's taken out lots of economy the castle not completed obviously cost him some villagers as well. But Imperial Age is in, and Reaper isn't anywhere near that Imperial Age click. Now, Crazy Bus could get chemistry and add bomber cannons if he has the university, maybe he doesn't. Doesn't have a university yet, but now got light cab, so the skirmishes investment less of a concern. It's not really committing to range units anymore though. It's going to be Karambits, full on melee here, Karambit warriors and cavalry for the melee. As Reaper pulls up a defensive castle on Crazy Bus's attempted castle foundation over here. So lots of wolves on this Siberia map. Chasing our military rather than chasing the deer, funnily enough. Yeah, you're not going to deny that castle, I don't think, but some more villagers may provide some value here. Karambits into raid as well. Crazy Bus going to struggle to get the castle foundation to complete over. And the wolves are only attacking me. Rigged, yeah. We want a 7th game, you know. Finally a TC to the north side for Reaper as well. So Reaper stabilizing here, question mark. It's getting Anarchy. Wants to get Huskarls from the barracks. I think it's a reaction to seeing the Karambits as well. Trebuchet out. Only one castle for Reaper. Karambits raiding the farming economy underneath the TC as well. Great value from the speedy sword or scimitar wielding infantry units. Knight unsuccessfully taking out the Mangonel as well, and skirmishers could go down to Mangonel shots. I guess that Huskal is going to get a better fight there. Reaper struggling for food after being raided on farms over here. Got some farming economy. It's not exactly working and it's still stuck in the castle age. Will be for a while longer. Once this castle goes down, Crazy Bus could trap these foundations and complete this castle as well. I think he's sending a lot of builders forward now. As Reaper tries to commit one more hit for the trebuchet, that castle goes down. Let's see for the repairs here. Will he be able to repair it in time? No, he will not. Great pressure from Crazy Bus now. Is this the winning game? It's even sneaking the Mangonel around to deny some resource income from the right hand side. Yes, you have the top left for Reaper, but losing the defensive castle, still stuck in the castle age. GG and congrats is called. It's a 4-2 for a long-lasting best of 7 across these new maps. GG, well played for them both, and congratulations to Crazy Bus. Once again, a pretty even KD going on here. But economy nowhere near for Reaper. Crazy Bus extending that one into 3 town centers, about to have a 4th one as well. Just expanding on that macro management to allow for reinforcements to join. Thanks for playing. Wouldn't be a tournament without people participating. So, let's find a draft here. Close that one out to still. Malay or Siberia, surprisingly enough, against the Goths. Less surprising because of the hunt around the map. Finally, winning both home maps for Crazy Bus and also taking one home map of Reaper, and Blue McGill being the designated starting map. Let's close this one out in the challenge bracket here. That would be bracket 2. Here you can see the timeline of the tournament. Unfortunately, quite a few sweeps here, lots of 2-0s along the way. Reaper going 2-1 and 2-0 and 3-1 even in the semifinal against the Godfather, who is on paper a higher rated 1v1 player. And Happy New Year, always, indeed. But here we go. That was crazy Reaper, crazy Reaper, crazy. Go. That would be a 4-2. And Crazy Bus taking the win in the end. Yeah, Reaper has nearly 1600 team game rating, so it certainly has a higher 1v1 skill than the rating would suggest. He also supplied his alternate account, which has a few more 1v1s, but it's still his. I could actually show the seeding chart just for reference. So Reaper, current elo 1499, highest elo 1547. That would be his secondary account, I think, which has more 1v1s. So found himself just a couple nicks below Crazy Bus here, sitting at 1621 highest, but 1586 average elo here. So, as we could tell from the result, quite evenly matched these two. GG is well played.